We are Untitled Chapter. Uh, yeah. So yes. Today we will go with um doing the dishes. Yes. Everybody's favorite subject. So I've done this subject a lot, by the way. So it's just one of those things. So again, the proposal for us to do is for us standing there next to the sink, and as we're standing there, we grab a fork, right? We have a whole big old pile of silverware. When you're cleaning it, you just say, you see what it is, you say it's Akadisa Bud. It's no longer a fork, right? You just get that name out of there and just grab it and just whoosh, now it's Akadisa Bud. If you have problems, just remember on the actions on what it does. It goes tsak adisa bud, right? Tsak adisa bud. So um, the the wording for that is tsak adisa bud for sign. Yeah. And then same way with stug, right? No longer, mate, is it called a knif. Knif. No longer is it a knife. It is stug. So the ASL for that is just this. Right? So Stug. So just ah. Oh, and then you got your sops. So that one is you take the two fingers, you put it in there, then you act like it's picking up something like that, just right, like a spoon. Okay. So sops. From now on, it is sops. So you got your big bundle of silverware, and you just grab your washcloth, you pull out the Sakadisa bud and wash it off, drop it in there. Grab another Sakadisa bud, you wash it off, you throw it in there. Grab your stug and you wash that off and go in there. Then you got another fork just sitting there, so you grab your fork and you wash that off, throw it in there. So it's Sakadisa bud, stug, and slops, and you just keep going. Just say the item over and over and over and over again. It will get boring. It will get tedious, but that is the key to language revitalization. Boring and tedious. Yay! As they always say, make it fun. Don't make it boring and tedious to yourself. Just come up with a song or do whatever, play a game with a fork, knife, spoon, or whatever you have there. So again, Sakadisabud, Stug, and Shops. Sakadisabud, Stug, and Shops. Or Shops, Stug, and Sakadisabud. Or Stug, Shops, Sakadisabud. Okay? And just keep going, keep going. So spoons are interesting because those are also the ladles, right? The big spoons. Same thing. Same thing. It does the same action, so it's the same thing. So I'm thinking the Sakadisa bud will also be for those barbecue forks, the two prong big barbecue forks. Possibly is what I'm thinking with that one, just because they do the same action. What?
We got
You didn't miss much. We're just going over the first three words. No longer is your fork sock adisabud. It is now sock adisabud. Right? And just sock adisabud. Right? And then the one for your stug, right? No longer can you call it a knif or nif. It is now stug. So ASL is this for a knife. And then no longer is your spoons and ladles. Spoons and ladles is now klapks. Klapks. Right? And that's what we're going over. Slapks. Slapks.
Slop.
Uh,
Slop.
Slapks. Slapks. Stug. Sakadisabud. So while you're sitting there, while you're at your kitchen sink, because you're gonna be at your kitchen sink, grab all of them and play a game with it, and be like, okay, I'm gonna grab Sakadisabud. All right, now it's a Stug. All right, now it's a Sakadisabud, and then just keep going over and over until your cleaning is done with the silverware.
Uh-huh.
And no longer is your stove a stove. It is now Safhodali, the place of fire. So,
Slop.
um,
Slop. Do.
Safhod
Sah. Od.
Ali.
Ali.
Safhodali.
Sah. Hod. Ali.
Because we clean that too, just because everybody cleans their stove or their
Mm.
barbecue pit or the other stuff, fireplaces. All right, that's word. No longer stove. It's Safhodali. Okay, so there are two words for this in Lushootseed. I'm not going to put the other one down because it's a French word, and this is what we're going to use. We have. All right, you make a double L or the backward L with a regular L, and go slach, slach, la quite, la quite. That's the French word for plate, but the Lushootseed word slach. No longer is it a plate. Think of it as slach. All right, the next word is a little difficult because you got your X flying W, which is right, and then you got the all up, all up. No longer is it a pot, right? Easier to say pot, but it is now all up. All right. All up. All right. Next one. Stuff. Yeah, go ahead. Kara,
Yes.
go ahead. You were going to say something.
No, I already did.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So the next one is suff, loaf,
Stuff. Low.
ill, ollie.
Ollie.
This one gave me so much trouble when I was first learning it.
Suff, low,
Clo.
ill,
Ill.
ollie.
Ollie. Suff.
Suff, low, ill, ollie.
Ill Ollie.
No longer is it a refrigerator. Get that word out of there and just go. And then you're going to grab suff, loaf, ill, ollie, and put it there.
Uh-huh.
Again, just take whatever you can right now. It doesn't have to be this, but that's the idea and mindset we're going to get into here. Because,
Il Ollie.
Excellent. Suff, loaf, ill, ollie. Soft cloth lolly.
Soft clush lolly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I will be posting this on YouTube and Facebook. And just remember to rewind and play.
Can you rewind video?
Yeah, there's this little bar at the bottom. You just grab that little bar and bring it back.
Yes, I have.
It's not our traditional understanding of rewinding.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
no longer
Yes.
press button and press button and then press button.
And wait.
Hopefully you got
Press
right.
button and wait.
Or the turbo rewind. Psh, psh, bzzz. No longer does that. No. We just gotta grab the little clicker and click it and drag it. Or in this case, click it and drag it this way, and then press play. So it should be like right here, throughout this whole part right here. Psh. Yeah. All right. Next. All right. Now, cup. Again, it's a very long word, but it is also good to know the sign language. So, cup is suf ko kwa. Suf ko kwa.
Wow.
Mhm. Suf ko kwa. Suf ko kwa.
Soft quo qua.
Mhm. 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 So no longer is it a cup. Just get that word out of your mind and put suf ko kwa there.
What is the sound of the X and small W? Like an F?
No. It's rounding your lips and blowing out.
People who don't know how to whistle.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
like
it. Nice.
yeah. You go like this and go. And the sound. Like me. See, I could do that all day.
Yeah.
I don't have I can't whistle that way. Yeah, that's just the sound of the XW.
Okay.
I can't think of the in English.
Qua. Qua.
Suf
Quo. Qua.
ko kwa.
Ho. Qua.
Suf ko kwa.
Sa. Quo. Qua.
All right. The other one. Next. So this one also has two words. The other word is the other French word. So it's one of those. I'm not going to put the French word down because if you know French, you'll know how to say it. La table is the French word for table.
Mm-hmm.
Or in Lushootseed, it is taboo.
Taboo.
Taboo. Again, this word is just trying to mimic the word table.
Mhm.
Taboo. We have no L's and no R's.
Taboo.
Taboo. Table. So get the word table out of your head. Throw it over there. It's now taboo. Or la table. La table. All right. So you guys remember this other one, right? Next one, we used it when we were washing our hands, right? Remember washing our hands? Yeah. Well, this is towel, hand towel, washcloth, napkin, by means of drying, equosud.
Equals.
Say wash. I got my first mark of the day. Say wash. Okay. Equosud. Aquosid. Or anywhere in between E and A. EA. EA. Aquosid. All right. So no, so this one has a lot of variants of uses. It's not an actual like big towel. It's like one of those hand towel thingies. Although you could use it as one of your big towels, but primarily it's like a washcloth napkin thing. Um, but I don't exactly remember what the word for towel is off the top of my head. If you know it, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, tell me what's up. We'll definitely go over it in another class. But I use it as equosid or aquosid. All right, our next one is no longer sink. All right, get that word sink out of your head. Psh. It's a doof, tsag, os, ollie. Doof, tsag, os, ollie.
Do sog osa ali.
So the C with the little thing above it is a TS sound. Doof, tsag, os, ollie. All right. It's no longer hot water, man. No longer. You could also use this for boiling water. Squall ball all quote.
Sklo
Squall.
sklo.
Squall all quote. Achida se was. Jeez. Number 2 right there. Squall all quote.
Sklo quo.
Squall
Squall
all quote.
all quo.
Squall all quote.
Squall all quo.
So what we're doing is not saying this when we need to say this. Oh, oh. Instead of oh, oh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Squall all quo.
Mm-hmm. 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 There you go. There you go. All right. Now, no longer is it cold water. It's us all quote.
Tusk.
Us all quote. Interesting. Interesting. The other word was for weather, I believe. Um, and again, this is I believe part. I'm not entirely certain. So tuss, right?
Tusk.
Should be cold. Dictionary time. An object, food, etc. is cold is oh oh. Cold weather is us us. feel cold is ugh. Ugh. Weather becomes cold. Sill. Sill.
Tsil.
Oh. Oh.
Tsil.
So with these,
Tsil. Quo.
okay. In order to do that, I gotta do this jobby. So cold is said a few different ways. Is cold.
Plus, to be cold, something I wanted.
An object, food, etc. is cold. TUXW wedge. Oh.
Test. Yes. Yes.
You have to repeat what Auntie said.
Cool.
In a bird cup.
Oh is also recorded as oh. An
Clo.
object, food, etc. is cold. Compared to cold weather, a person feels cold, cough, disease. Cold object.
Having a cold.
The coffee is cold.
It's Tsil.
Emphasis of death
Yeah.
is astochil.
Yes.
Stochiled is cooling it off. Stochil Ali is refrigerated.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh. Ugh. Feeling cold. Cold weather. Ugh. Or oh. Cold object compared to to'ob. Cough or cold. I am cold because the wind is blowing. I am cold because the fire went out. My hands are cold. Loch. Loch. That is, has to deal with feeling.
Mm.
That's, this one has a lot to do with feeling. Yeah, the cold hands. My hands are cold. Lach. Lach. Achi. Probably because your hands are cold. It's referring to two hands instead of just one hand. Estlach achi, which would be my hand is cold, or estlach tlach achi would be my hands are cold. Yeah. Which was not the idea we were going for. So tus.
Tus-
C, D, E, F, G.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Weather's cold. Yeah, it's supposed to be wet.
I'm not going to take responsibility for English. It's English. Tuss ill, C tuss, T E S.
Ill, see, tuss.
Tuss, 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 tuss.
L,
Tud, tullock, tolb, tuck. Tuss, cold weather. Compared to person feels cold, sensation, feeling cold of sensation. Loch, a thing or food is cold. Lo, ob, cough, cold disease. Tussud, decolding something. Tussut, warm your hands by the fire. Tussut, tud, warm yourself by the fire. Tusub, cold weather. Sub chud, all to Hawaii. I am wintering in Hawaii. Bah. It's cold now. Otlach, otlach, ta, stubsh, autumn. Growing of winter. Weather becomes cold. Tusil. Us. cold weather. Pudtus, winter. Sub, bake on fire or embers in ash in a gravel pit, but not over it. Something about chapped lips. The back to the fire. Okay, so this word tussle coat is the wording that Dr. S. Lee does for weather, especially cold water. I'm not entirely certain on how he came to us all quote. I don't know if we could use all quote. Yeah. So again, I just copied S. Lee's work for this. My understanding on how Lushootseed works, and what it looks like is tlach or tloch has to do with feeling of cold, and the cold weather is us or sil. And this is how I was taught is us all quote. Again, it is not saying that is the right way. It is the way I was taught. There is no right or wrong way of using the language. If you want to use tloch or tlach, all quote, that is completely fine. It is your use of the language that is key to revitalize our language. So there's other ways of saying cold water. All right. Dufts agwosab is soap. Dufts
Doof,
agwosab.
squaw,
Mhm.
oh, deuce, squaw, osub.
Yes. So if we're standing by the sink, you'd say dufts agwosab tea. This
Deuce,
is the sink.
sog, osub, tea.
Mhm. I take the fork or silverware. Quadrada chud tea silverware. Ooh, I guess at this point in time we're trying to fill the sink. So quadrada chud tea dufts agosab. Qual chud tea dufts agosab. Dufts agosab. I'm dumping out the soap. Hmm. See, soap is duftsagosab.
Oh,
Duftsagosali is a sink. All right. Araf chud ti duftsagosab.
Dusagosad.
Alta duftsagosali.
Off.
So I'm grabbing the dish soap. I'm pouring the soap into the sink.
Osali.
But chadaf chud ti duftsagosab. All ti duftsagosali.
Chetty. Where are you?
This way. But chadaf
Bachata.
chud
Chad.
ti
T.
duftsagosab.
Doof. Chad. Osab.
All ti
Alti.
duftsagosali.
Chad. Osali.
Duftsagosali.
Doof. Chad. Osali.
Mhm, mhm.
Doof. Chag. Osali.
So this one is Araf
Arif.
chud ti
Chad. T.
duftsagosab.
Doof. Chug. Osab.
Alta
Alta.
duftsagosali.
Doof. Chug. Osali.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Duftsagosali.
Doof. Chad. Osali. Doof. Chug. Osali.
Utsagolchchas. Utsagolchchas. All right. So if we switch out the barred L for the D, right? Utsagolchchud. That means I am washing the dish.
Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Ooh.
Mhm.
Chug. Old so.
And
Right.
Tsagolchchas. Aduf duf. Tsagolchchas. Tsagolchchas.
Chug.
Tsagolch.
Chug. Alls. Chug. Alls.
Because in Dr. Zeke's dissertation, we are no longer to have the O in front of the word because it's not a new story, it's a continuing of the story. So you're deleting the O because it's a continuance of the action. All right. Doug Weshoff. Cha T.
Dogway Sha. Sha T.
Alta Dufts Agwosab.
Alta. Do. Chug.
So I'm putting the knife fork
Oh.
extra into the sink. Agwolch off chud alta fork knife etc. Alta dufts agwosali. I am washing the knife, fork, whatever in the sink.
Otherwise, that's a ghost.
Okay.
Okay. Will you send this to me?
Yes.
And I sent you my personal email.
All right.
So you could send it to my. I think I should get on my next Zoom
All right.
meeting.
Without the
Just-
X, without the raised W from
Oh,
Boy. Boy. Call you later.